Hey, it is a dark episode for February the 26th, 2023. For some reason, I wanted to say November this time. Possibly because the snow is melted and it feels like November. I have no idea. Uh, well, I didn't get quite what I wanted to get done today done, which was to either publish a video or to submit a story, which is like, that sucks. But we went out for a delightful dinner. Well, good dinner. It was a good dinner. The delightful part was getting to be with Ja and Jackie and to be out, I guess, and about. That was nice. And hey, I didn't have to pay for the dinner, so I guess that's a good thing too. So that was nice. That was really nice. Um, Yeah, I mean, mostly groceries, laundry, the usual things that happen. Oh, the day slips by very quickly. So I guess the thing to do tomorrow will be to try and get some stuff done tomorrow that I was going to get done today and get more stuff done. That would be good. those are all, yes, are things. Yeah, yeah. I am almost finished A Distant Mirror, which I've really been enjoying. It's interesting because it's a calamitous history of the 14th century by Barbara Tuchman, and it's used as a narrative hook. The life of Edgard de Cousy, Edgard the Seventh, uh, Edgard de Cousy the Seventh, I think it is, or something like that. And it's kind of was puzzling, like, well, why are you following this guy? But then as you read the whole book and you see what shit stains, both the French nobility, which most definitely Debussy was, and the English nobles were, that it's like, well, actually he was probably the best of them, and seems to have fallen least into the system. Now, Barbara Tuchman makes some rather large claims for him, that he could have potentially in another era been the George Washington of his time. But, you weren't the king, so you're not going to be the leader. He basically fit in with the system. He didn't try and buck the system. He just tried to be, he was very good at the system, very useful man to those in power, and possibly also smart enough to not to try and raise too high. He got offered what was called the constableship of France twice and declined it both times. And it was one of these positions that basically you came into the notice of the really top nobles, and you were fucked. It bred jealousy, it bred all sorts of headache. So he avoided that. And indeed, the thing that ends him at the end was he was swept along by people who were really in love with the whole idea of chivalry and French superiority, and that, the knights must always lead the charge completely against military tactics against the Turks, and that didn't work. And he died in being in captivity, in as a prisoner of the Turks, waiting for ransom. And yeah, yeah. So, but boy, what a really great and illuminating history of the 14th century, such a clear and really just fucking just amazing how Tuchman was able to do that. And a part of it is just her. There's a ton of things that make her such a great popular historian. I can see now. The one that probably endears me the most is just her voice, her little interjections of there's an actual person behind delivering the information behind this, who has their opinions on it and will give you their opinions, not hiding it, but will give you their opinions. And it's super engaging voice, and just great storytelling on a sentence by sentence, paragraph by paragraph, chapter by chapter. overarching structure. Just wow, wow. Really, really enjoyed that, and will definitely um, check out other books by her because wow, this was just really great. I mean, it's a fucking 800 page plus book on 14th century history, and it's a general history too, which is the most deadly of histories. Like usually a general history is just like, oh, paint dry, but she's like turned this into a popular history, which was really successful at the time, and I can see why. So yeah, I guess I've that's my initial review of A Distant Mirror by Barbara S. Tuckman or T. Tuckman, something like that. There's some initial there. It'll be interesting to get when we get back to the distant mirror thing, because I really see this mirroring. I see mirrors of my own time, and this was written I think in the 1970s or something like that. Um, but it's like wow, this really, I mean that's the greatest thing. I think that's the thing about any really well written history is like you see these people and it's like wow, I see the toxic masculinity, I see the rampant excesses of wealth in there. Just a lot of stuff you see of our own time in this, which I mean, it's not that far ago, so it's not surprising that those things still reverberate. Yes. All right. I will leave it there. More videos later.